So I received the most gorgeous flowers yesterday from a friend. She sent me through a company called Farm Girl Flowers. And the CEO of the company, let me set these down, sent a message with the flowers that I felt was so pertinent to what it means to be an entrepreneur that I wanted to share it and read it out loud to you. So take a listen. Her name's Christina, and she says, "Hey there. Beginnings are a strange thing, aren't they? Some feel momentous from the start. Cue the banners and the trumpets, while some don't look like what they are without the benefit of a little hindsight. But big or small, the beginning is always important. I get asked about farm girls all the time, which, for the record, definitely falls into the former camp. Just with fewer, read, zero trumpets, and a lot more sleepless nights. When I decided to start the company, I quit my super stable full-time job and gave myself no runway to learn to fly before opening Farm Girl. For me, it came down to staying in the safety of the nest or leaping out. And I chose out. I've talked about this moment so many times in interviews. The dining room where it all started, the bay window I turned into a cooler, the bathtub that I used to hydrate greens. My tiny walk-up Russian Hill apartment on Van Ness in San Francisco was about as humble as a beginning as you get. I started and ran the business from there for the first 2 years of Farm Girl's life, until my landlord, who was coincidentally and unfortunately a lawyer, figured I was operating a business out of a residence and asked me to find a more proper place to do it. And so I found Farm Girl's second, but really first, official home, and then a third, and eventually a fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and more, between 2 continents to boot. And all this was the path that led not only me, but the team that grew along with me to where Farm Girl is today. There's a temptation when talking about the start of something, I think, to put your history neatly into a beginning, middle, and end. Don't get me wrong, I'm a fan of Happily Ever After and hope we'll write one for Farm Girl in the future. But I also think that equation leaves you waiting for that one central plot twist and then the prerequisite fairy godmother who will wave her magic wand and fast track you on the way to the end of the story. But business and, really, life in general rarely works like that. There's no motivationally soundtracked montage that fast forwards you through any all-nighters or grueling training sessions. And there are certainly no magic wands. Instead, I think it really comes down to a series of beginnings, one after another, because at least for me, the exact moment I feel like I've gotten Farm Girl to a point where we can hit cruise control or pause or even a fraction of a second, there's a sea change and we're right back to the drawing board. And while that drawing board might look a little different than it used to, Farm Girl is now hundreds of employees, tens of thousands of square feet, and hundreds and thousands of bouquets past those early days in my apartment. The way I, and now we, tackle a sea change has stayed the same. It's about grit and willing to work harder than whatever is working against you, no matter what. So, my fellow entrepreneurs, business owners, here's to beginning again and again and again, all over again.